What's up guys, in this video I wanted to go over an updated melee build for Mara. Her melee builds are still viable on Mayhem 4, but there's certain gear you can use now to make it even strong. You can even solo things like the takedown on 4-player difficulty with this build. Before we get into that, I just want to say really quick, as always, thank you guys for the support on the channel. I'm very close to 500 subscribers. As a recording this, I think I'm at like 486. If you like the content on the channel, and if you're learning anything new from these build videos or any videos, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. I know most people that watch my videos actually aren't subbed to me, so if you see yourself keep coming back and you keep enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Again, I really appreciate it. At 500 subs, I'm actually going to be changing the channel art on my channel, and I've been working on a Discord that I'm going to try to release soon. I'll probably do that maybe a little after 500 subs because I'm still currently working on it, but I am working on a Discord, so if you guys are into that, you can join that, so that'd be really cool. But again, thank you so much for all the recent support. But anyway, let's get right into the build. Starting off, we have a melee build, so we're obviously going to be using the face puncher as our main weapon. This gun scales to your melee damage. Every single shot we're doing is actually basically doing the amount our melee would do, and this is shooting 14 pellets, so you're doing a lot of damage, especially on a mark with all her melee buffs. So this is 100% the best weapon to use for a melee build. As you see, I do have a phase slam anoint, which helps out very much in boss fights. You don't need it, but I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't help out because you can melt bosses with this anoint. Next, I have an EMP5 right here. This is not necessary. I just like this to move around faster since I'm not using a snowdrift artifact, because you really can't use that if you're going for a melee build. So this just helps you move around the map faster. Next, I have a Cutsman, also with the face anoint. If I have to just kill anything really quick, I need like a ranged weapon. This is good. If you don't want this, you could use any other melee weapon that has a lot of melee damage. I just prefer to have this because normally when I'm playing melee builds, I just use the face puncher in my normal melee attacks to kill the enemies really quick. And then I have a hazard cellar right here to strip my shield off if I ever need to. Again, you could probably replace this with a melee weapon if you want to, but it's not really necessary if you're gonna play around the face puncher. Alright, so the next thing I have right here, and before you go insane, I have a level 1 brawler ward, and I have an anointment where I get 200% more damage after you phase slam. Alright, so basically quickly how to get a level 1 shield is go farm grave ward if you're going for the brawler ward, then don't pick up the item, so it's gonna go to your lost loot. Then basically you just need to join a friend as a low level character as level 1, and then go to your lost loot and it'll drop, and then it has a chance to drop at level 1. It can be a little higher, but it will have a chance to come out at level 1. So it's really simple. If you need a more in-depth video, there's probably a million videos on YouTube if you want to look it up, but I don't want to go like super in-depth with it right now. But yeah, that's how you do it. You don't really need a level 1 brawler ward for this build, but it does help out significantly. It's not needed, but it helps out so much just to have that extra damage, and also the health generation is nice too. Next, I have a recurring hex right here to just give me 50% bonus incendiary damage after I pop axe skill. This can literally change out to whatever you want it to. I normally just swap the elements for whatever I'm playing against, so you know, mostly I have incendiary and then shock axe skill element, but if you're doing something like the takedown, obviously you might want to swap this corrosive. The artifact I'm going to go over first for the class mod, and that I'm just getting bonus melee damage, 80% more incendiary damage, and then 30% chance to apply sticky bombs on my melee attacks. This is really good. This is what's going to allow you to play on Mayhem 4 with the melee build super easily. Is the sticky bomb perk. Now next, I have a spiritual driver, and you might be thinking, why not a brawler? And because the spiritual driver actually buffs the sticky bomb's damage, so you're moving fast, all the sticky bomb damage is getting buffed, and you just do an insane amount of damage with a melee attack. Now, so you could take a breaker class mod, but I personally think spiritual driver is just better. Pair it with the white elephant because it is so good, like how much damage the bombs can do. This can allow you to solo really difficult things in the game, so I would definitely recommend using these. But if you still want to use a breaker class mod, you can still do that. But getting into the skills, obviously we're going to be focused a lot on brawl. I have 5 points right here in root to raz to get a lot more health. Then I have 5 points right here in arms deal to make our splash damage do more damage, and I get 40% splash damage reduction, which is good for the bombs because you can basically, you're going to be up close melee and people, you want to have that splash damage reduction. I have helping hands right here maxed out. I get 48% damage reduction, which is really good. And you see, we're going to be using phase grasp instead of phase slam. So phase slam is actually going to proc helping hands, so we can keep using this to take our shields off. We're getting an insane amount of damage reduction, plus the brawl ward's going to be healing us. Everything just synergizes really well. I have 3 points of mindfulness right here to get a lot more movement speed, which is really really good because that's going to buff our white elephant damage. All our little sticky bombs, we're doing a lot more damage. Next, I have 1 point in Find Your Center, which is obviously really good because you're getting 100% more melee damage. And this actually also works when you just pop your phase grass. So now you're getting Help Enhance and Find Your Center. Now I have 5 points on with Nature to get even more health and elemental damage reduction. You're going to be applying shock to yourself, so it's already not doing a lot of damage to your flesh. But with this, you can out heal the damage with ease. It's not even a problem. Then I have 1 point in the Guardian Angel right here to get basically self-res every 120 seconds, which is really good because you're going to be up close to a lot of enemies, so you definitely want to have this. Then I have 1 point Blitz right here to get 100% melee damage, and you can dash towards people. And this thing's actually really fun if you get the hang of it. And it works really well with this build too. Now going into Fist of Elements, I have 5 points in Anima right here. Keep the dot I'm applying to myself on me for a lot longer so I can keep my shields down and I keep my movement speed up. I have 3 points in Steady Hands right here to get more handling accuracy. I'm using a shotgun, so it is really fun to just be able to run around really quick and not have to worry about being sluggish. Then I have 5 points of Diffusion right here and have the Shock Active Skill element. So with this and the artifact doing shock and fire damage, and then the bombs are doing every single element. So this is insanely good, and I can easily swap out whatever element I want to for whatever I'm playing. Then I have 5 points of Tempest right here to get even more elemental damage and more shock damage. This is one of Amara's best skills. You take this in almost every build. Then I have 1 in Illuminated Fist to get even more melee damage, and then my melee damage to convert it to my Active Skill element damage. For right here, I have 3 points of Fast Hands to get a little bit more reload speed and a little bit more weapon swap speed. Most switch speed doesn't matter, but that's the skill tree. Now, generally going over the build, what you want to do with this is basically phase grass the ground to take your Brawler Ward down, and then you have so much more melee damage. You have 300% from the shield, 100% for Find Your Center, 100% for Blitz. So that's 500% more melee damage right there. Then you get 80% more from your artifact. Then you get 75% more from Illuminated Fist. So everything together, you just have an insane amount of melee damage, plus your movement speed's buffing your white elephant bombs. So that's getting an insane amount of damage, and you could just kill a lot of stuff. So basically, just phase grass the ground, run up to an enemy. You can shoot him one time. Normally shooting him one time weakens him enough to where you can run away and the bombs just finish him off. So you can kind of run up, shoot, blitz to another enemy, shoot, and then boom, everybody dies, and you can just keep having like a little chain reaction. Like it's really cool and it's really fun. And this build's also, like I said, insanely good for like the takedown because of Spiritual Driver and the sticky bombs. You can kind of just sprint and keep shooting bombs on everything and stuff will eventually die. It's not going to be, you know, an insane fast time to kill, but it will get the job done. Definitely better than some other builds. But yeah, this build is very fun. And as I said before, I know most people will play in a melee build to use a breaker class mod, but you still can. I've had breaker class mods. It still does very good, but I think for the most potential on Man 4, you want to use Spiritual Driver. You could even use something like an Elemental Projector too, but I just like to have a white elephant with extra melee damage. I just personally like that a little bit more. But if you want to use Elemental Projector to buff your shock damage, you can definitely do that too. That's really good still. When I get to boss fights, I swap to Phase Slam to proc my Anoints. So I'll take my shields off with something like the Sellout, and then I'll pop my Phase Slam. So I'll have 2 dots applied to me at this point, and then I'll have maximum out from the stacks, all my anointment damage, and you can just melt bosses. It's crazy how fast you can melt bosses, and it's with no crit swapping either. Like it's just the damage that you get on Mayhem 4. But yeah, even with all that, you have a lot of survivability too with all the health you have, and you're getting a lot of health regeneration from the Brawler Ward, and you get a lot of damage reduction. And also, if you manage to die through all that, you have Guardian Angel to res you without even having to get a kill, and you can play around that. All in all, this is definitely one of Amara's top tier builds. Her melee builds kind of got thrown down a little bit when Mayhem 4 came out. This is definitely going to bring it back up to light, I would say, because it is really good. Do I think it's as good as, you know, Recursion Spiritual Driver or, you know, Maggie, Phazerk, or anything like that, or just Cutsman? No, it's not gonna do as well as those, but it can do it, I guess I have to say. Like, it can actually do pretty good. Don't expect it to overthrow those other builds. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do all for me. I hope you guys enjoy. If you enjoy melee builds, I hope you can actually start playing a melee build again if you were looking for that. And yeah, like I said before earlier in the video, 500 subs is right around the corner. Really appreciate all the support. I really hope I can hit 500 subs. My goal for 2020 was to reach 1,000, so when I hit 500, that's gonna be the halfway mark, and we're still in the month of January, so that's insane to me. But again, thank you guys so much. I couldn't do this without any of you. So but yeah, really appreciate it. That's going to do all for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.